Hello students, my name is Dominic Wells. I'm the instructor for this course. Welcome to Labor in America. Uh, I'm really excited to teach this course. I wanted to shoot this introduction video just to tell some of you who don't know me a little bit about myself and why I'm teaching a Labor in America course and then a little bit about what the course is actually about. So. Uh, My name is Dominic Wells. You can refer to me as Dr. Wells or Professor Wells in classroom communications. I started here at Clayton State University last August. I'm originally from Ohio, about 55 miles from Cleveland, and uh, I'm in the Department of Social Sciences, and I teach political science, American politics, public policy courses. I'm teaching this course on labor in America, probably more appropriately named Labor in the United States for sticklers, because we won't be talking about Canada or Mexico or any of the other Americas. Uh, we are focused on labor in the United States, and the reason that I'm teaching this course is that it's a major part of my research agenda. I earned a PhD from Kent State University in Kent, Ohio, and a master's in public administration from Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio. And I wrote both my master's thesis and my dissertation on public sector labor unions. So in this course, we're going to explore a number of different labor issues. Labor history and the topic of labor in America is so broad that there's certainly a lot of literature out there we're not going to touch on. There are probably some very important things that we're going to skim the surface of. But in this course, there were a number of things that I hope you bring away from it. I want you to be able to describe the function of labor unions and identify the factors that have led to the rise and fall of labor unions in America. And we're going to talk a little bit about the economic and political consequences of labor union activity, especially from the scope of American politics. We're going to talk a lot about the political activities and political consequences of labor unions. And finally, I want you to be able to analyze political issues and how they impact workers, unionized and non-unionized alike. We're going to focus a lot on labor unions themselves, but we are also going to talk about workers that are not currently unionized and how our changing economy has impacted the way we work in general, and how our relationship as workers to our employers has changed over time. Specifically, I've chosen two topics two very specific topics to focus in on near the end of the semester, and that's the politics of Uber and Lyft drivers and graduate students as employees. Some of you in the course are graduate students and maybe acting as teacher's assistants or graduate assistants, and a number of states have unionized graduate students. And there's this dynamic that's always been fascinating to me, in that graduate students are students, but they're also workers. They have to kind of live in both worlds as an employee of the university, maybe not technically, but as an employee of the university, and as a student at the university. And so that creates a political dynamic that is unique. And so I think that's a topic worth exploring. And many of you probably use Lyft and Uber to get around, and that has the gig economy has changed how we view workers and our relationship with our employers, and so that's another topic we'll be diving into pretty deeply later in the semester. We'll also specifically get to teachers' unions since we've had a lot of teacher strikes throughout the country in states like Colorado and West Virginia. And we start with, of course, early labor action, the functions of labor unions, what labor unions do, the rise of labor unions in the public sector, and then we get to the decline of labor unions, and then we get to those specific topics later on. I'm very excited to be teaching the course this semester, and I'm excited to read your discussion posts and participate myself. And I'm excited to discuss labor issues with the class. So I'm very happy to be here, and I hope you enjoy the course.